Hello, my name is Salvador Gonzalez. I'm the Director of Attendant Under Junior Programs at Elite Sport Club Brookfield. I'm here today to show you some exercises that will help your kid to have a better, to perform better on the court. All what you need is the tennis rackets, some cones, and some tennis balls. So let's go and get it started. In this video, we're going to be talking about consistency. Me as a coach, I want my kids to understand that the control always going to be over power and technique. We want to have a kid to have the mentality that the ball always is going to come back. So we want to have a kid to be able to hit like 8 balls out of 10 and not like hitting 2 or 3 balls out of 10. So let's get on the first step. Step number 1, we're gonna be rolling the ball against the wall. Now in this case, I'm using the wall as my partner, but when you working with your child, you're probably gonna be on the other side, maybe 4 or 5 feet apart from your child, just to get the ball back and forth. So it's gonna look something like this. We're just gonna roll the ball nice and gentle and just hit it back and forth with your kid to be able to understand the consistency, the rally, and the mentality of the ball always gonna come back to them. Step number 2, we're gonna be doing a throwing. We're not gonna use a tennis racket, so we're gonna put the racket on the side, and basically it's gonna be on the same position, sideward position, and throwing the ball against the wall. Now in this case, I'm using the wall as my partner, and just to illustrate the drill, and it's gonna look something like this. So you're gonna try to toss nice and gentle to your kid, or your kid is throwing to you nice and gentle and probably on the same eye level high. And the idea over here is just try to create the feeling of the rally, like, you know, the mentality that the ball always is gonna come back to you, and it's a very helpful, you know, drill for your kid to understand. So step number 3, we're gonna use now a tennis ball, a tennis racket, and we're gonna play against the wall. Just to mention that you wanna be around like 4 or 5 feet apart from your kid to be able to control the ball and to be able to maybe catch the ball, or you probably can use another racket just to hit it back and forth. So it looks something like this. You just bounce, hit the ball on the side of your body, try to control the ball nice and gentle, and sometimes you're gonna see getting like too many bounces, which is understandable. You can let the ball bounce as many times possible, just to your kid create the mentality that the ball always is gonna come back. We're not focusing too much on the bounces. So on my classes, I see a lot of kids having a struggle just to get in the first bounce and hit. So I'll let them to hit like 3 or 4 bounces before they hit, and they can feel actually more comfortable. But the goal is to get 1 bounce, and of course to get as many balls possible back and forth. Thank you for watching.